In our cognition, we may think that only people who live in this land of China will use Chinese as their mother tongue and RMB as their currency. But in the world, there is such a place. It is called another China in the world. The population there is only 600,000. The currency used by the people there is renminbi, and they all speak Chinese. Where is this place? Why do they have such a habit? Hi. Welcome to Hot Topics Time. Before we start today's video, please subscribe to our channel. Okay, let's continue the topic we are talking about. This place is the Wa State Special Administrative Region of Myanmar. There are many Wa and Han people who speak Mandarin, Wa and Burmese. Although the Wa State is nominally affiliated with the Union of Myanmar, the Wa State has a high degree of autonomy and is an autonomous region of Myanmar. It is worth noting that there are 40,000 soldiers in the army, plus 60,000 militiamen. The number of soldiers alone reaches 100,000, accounting for 1/6 of the total population, and the proportion of the army is far higher than the world average. Why is the ratio so high? I will explain it later. First of all, why is the Wa State called another China? In fact, the roots of the Wa State can be traced back to its previous history as a Chinese territory. As early as the Tang dynasty, the current Wa area belonged to the Nanzhao state. Located in Yunnan, this ancient minority state belonged to a vassal state of the Tang dynasty, which was later incorporated into the territory of the Tang dynasty. In the Song dynasty, the Wa state was located in Dali state, and it was still Chinese territory. However, when the British colonized Myanmar, they sent people to resurvey the border many times. At that time, the Qing government was unable to protect itself, and had no time to take into account the territory of the southwestern frontier. After the founding of the Republic of China, China and Britain re-signed the boundary treaty, but still left a small area of disputed areas. Later, when the anti-Japanese war broke out in China, the British took the opportunity to redistribute some areas that have not yet been determined, as well as some areas that have been determined to belong to China, to Burma. In this way, the embryonic of the Wa state was formed. After several adjustments in Myanmar, the Wa state that people see now has been formed. It is worth mentioning that although the Wa state is no longer China's territory, China's help to them is uninterrupted. In 1967, educated youth going to the mountains and countryside emerged in China. Many educated youths from Yunnan were sent to the China-Myanmar border. These educated youths have a high degree of enthusiasm. Seeing that the Wa people on the other side are building socialism, many educated youths went to the Wa state to help in the construction. Many of these educated youths later became senior officials of the Wa state government. For example, Li Ziru, the deputy commander of the Wa State Army, is a Chinese educated youth. Wa State is rich in minerals and various resources, especially the mineable amount of tin ore ranks among the top in the world. After entering the new century, Wa State granted more mining rights to Chinese investors, and both are mutually beneficial. Culturally, local schools teach not only Burmese and Wa, but also Chinese. Wa children have been using textbooks published in China since childhood. In order to support local education, the Yunnan government sent many teachers to teach in local primary schools in Wa State. Therefore, teachers from China can be seen everywhere in Wa schools. In addition, local schools are also set up according to the Chinese system. Politically, the Wa State also draws on various Chinese systems, such as the People's Congress system and the Communist Youth League system. Whenever China launches a new version of the yuan, the Wa releases a series of anti-counterfeit brochures to go with it. In the Wa State, in addition to license plates, these shops, government buildings, and public service establishments all use Chinese. In addition, because the country of Myanmar is too poor, the development of the Wa area is also very slow. In order to make life more comfortable for the people there, China Yunnan Power Grid Corporation directly helped solve the electricity problem in the Wa area. In addition, after the outbreak of the COVID-19 in China, Wa donated 480,000 masks to China. They also wrote in simplified Chinese characters, "We share a common destiny, we fight side by side with our Chinese brothers and sisters." So, what is the current situation of Hua State? In recent years, despite frequent wars throughout northern Myanmar, the situation in Hua State has been relatively stable. This is due to its strong military as the backing. Hua State can become stronger and stronger, has its own reasons. First of all, as we just mentioned, the Hua State has been able to remain stable for 30 years. Since 1989, Myanmar has been in constant civil strife, but the Hua State is very stable. Their leader is Bo Yoxiang, who has not changed since then. After reaching a ceasefire agreement with the government forces, there has never been another war in Hua State, which has won him a good time and space for development. While leaders once stated, "We will never fire the first shot, and we will never provoke the Burmese army to attack us." In 2019, at a conference commemorating the 30th anniversary of the ceasefire with the Myanmar government forces, Bo Yoxiang once again stated, "What we ask for is complete autonomy, not independence." This attitude gives the Myanmar government a great reassurance to some extent. Without the interference of the Myanmar government, the Hua State can freely develop its own economy. Second, it vigorously developed the economy. Hua State is located in the world-famous Golden Triangle region and is a world-renowned source of drugs. Although they clearly know that this is a bloody business, they have to join this industry in order to quickly gain wealth and come to the armed forces. Therefore, for a long time, Bo Yoxiang was called the drug king by the world. As the world's anti-drug efforts intensified, the economy of the Hua region began to develop, and they also decided to abandon this industry and plant other grains and tea to replace the poppy industry. In order to show his anti-drug attitude, Bo Yoxiang rarely agreed to the Burmese government, sent troops to defeat the Khun Sa group, and signed the Anti-Drug Declaration, which will completely ban the cultivation of poppy since 2005. After the defeat of Khun Sa, the Hua State occupied a part of the border between northern Thailand and Myanmar, and had no intention of returning it. Many people even immigrated from northern Myanmar. The development of this area also contributed to the Hua State's economy. Again, it vigorously developed the military. The head of the United Hua State Army said, "Our 30 years of peace experience tells us that there can be no peace without armed forces." Although a ceasefire agreement has been reached with the Myanmar government, the Hua State has never relaxed its military requirements, and they are ready to fight at any time. Bo Yoxiang said, "The government wants us to lay down our arms, only if there is peace in the country. But not now." The Hua State is very smart, avoiding the guns of the Burmese government, and developing its economy and military. In a word, I do not ask for independence, and your Myanmar government cannot do anything to me. Perhaps, this situation will continue for a long time. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below, and share your insightful ideas with other people. Hot Topics time to explore the wisdom behind the news. We will see you in the next video.